Today we shall discuss about physical properties and relative stabilities of alkenes. Their nomenclature we have already discussed in our previous lecture. Why do we need to understand physical properties of alkenes? We should consider some examples and applications to answer this question. This will lead to the objective of this lecture and to the lecture plan as well. So, in this episode we will discuss about physical properties and, as I said, relative stabilities of alkenes. To revise a bit, first let us see the structure of an alkene. You can see in this figure two p orbitals of a carbon atom. They are combining in such a way or overlapping of the orbitals above and below the plane of this carbon carbon sigma bond is taking place to give us a pi orbital, and we also show this pi orbital in the lower energy term as a delocalized pi orbital or the p orbital we can say. These physical properties or the physical properties of alkenes are in fact dependent upon this structure or this particular overlapping or distribution of pi electrons in these p orbitals. Simple alkenes like ethene, propene and butenes are gases under ordinary conditions, while alkenes with 5 or more carbons are liquids. Alkanes and alkenes are much alike in their melting and boiling points. Their boiling points generally increase with an increase in molecular mass. To examine, let us have a look on some data with regards to their physical constants, particularly the melting and boiling points and heat of combustion of some alkenes. This table shows melting points, boiling points, heat of combustion and heat of hydrogenation for certain simple alkenes like ethene, propene, butene 1, butene 2 and methyl propene. Structures of such simple alkenes have already been shown when we discussed nomenclature of alkenes. The table continues with more examples of other alkenes like pentene 1, hexene 1, heptene 1, octene 1. Branching in alkenes lowers their boiling point compared to isomeric linear alkenes. Alkenes are indeed less dense than water, insoluble in water, but soluble in non-polar solvents. This is in comparison to alkanes, since alkanes are saturated molecules and are non-polar. Alkenes are polar because of the distribution or the overlapping or the availability of pi electrons. Alkenes show slight polarity due to presence of weakly held electrons in the pi bond. It takes less energy to break a carbon carbon pi bond than a carbon carbon sigma bond. The values correspondingly for a carbon carbon pi bond is around 260 kilojoules per mole, while that for a carbon carbon sigma bond it is around 350 kilojoules per mole. This is because the sideways overlap of the p orbitals to form a pi bond is not as effective as the head on overlap of orbitals to form a sigma bond. This we have tried to show in this picture. In this case, the head on overlap of the orbitals to form a sigma bond is shown here, while as we have already shown and once again the lobes of p orbitals they overlap above and below the plane of this sigma bond between these two carbons. So, overlap of orbitals is more efficient in a sigma bond than in a pi bond, and accordingly the standard bond lengths in case of a single bond, that for a carbon carbon single bond sigma bond is 1.54 angstrom units, while for a double bond, that is a pi bond, it is 1.34 angstrom units. Now, we come to stability of alkenes. A more alkyl substituted alkene is more stable. Experimentally, stability of alkenes is determined from their heat of hydrogenation and heat of combustion values. However, all alkenes on combustion yield carbon dioxide and water. We will see some examples. Thus, for comparing the stability of different alkenes, the heat of combustion values are used. Alkenes on heating in presence of excess of oxygen, they form carbon dioxide and water as the final products. The amount of energy released during the complete combustion of an alkene is termed as its heat of combustion. Higher the heat of combustion, lesser is the stability of alkene. Thus, a more stable alkene has a lower value of heat of combustion. This table would show here in this case some examples. We have butene 1 and then cis 2 butene, trans 2 butene and 2 methyl propene. When we are trying to compare these alkenes for their heat of combustion values, we find that from butene 1 to 2 methyl propene, the values are decreasing, though each one of them on combustion yields carbon dioxide and water. Now, let us look at heat of hydrogenation for some of alkenes. The values are again in kilocalories per mole. Heat of hydrogenation values are used to compare the stability of isomeric alkenes that on hydrogenation result in the formation of same alkane. For alkenes which on hydrogenation do not result in the formation of same alkane, the heat of hydrogenation values cannot be used for comparing stability. This is very important to understand. When an alkene is treated with hydrogen in presence of a catalyst, say platinum catalyst, hydrogen adds to the double bond and alkene is reduced to an alkane. Therefore, hydrogenation process is mildly exothermic. The amount of energy released during hydrogenation of an alkene is termed as its heat of hydrogenation. A stable alkene releases lesser amount of energy. Therefore, higher the energy released during hydrogenation, lesser is the stability of alkene. We are trying to look at examples of some isomeric butenes. It is a monosubstituted butene 1, then a disubstituted cis butene 2 and its isomer trans 2 butene. Each one of them on hydrogenation yields N butane, that is an alkane. While there is a little difference in heat of hydrogenation values, for butene 1 it is 30.3, for cis 2 butene it is 28.6 and for trans 2 butene it is 27.6. More alkyl substituted alkene is more stable than ethene, but why? Let us examine. The olefinic carbons are sp2 hybridized, as we have already looked into. The increase in the S character in hybridized carbon increases its electronegativity. Thus, the sp2 hybridized olefinic carbons are electrophilic in nature and attract the p electrons cloud towards itself. That is the reason. So, greater stability of more alkyl substituted alkenes. In alkyl substituted alkenes, the alkyl group act as electron releasing groups because of greater S character on the sp2 hybridized carbon of the double bonded system, like alkyl group which is known as plus I effect or plus I inductive effect, and they enhance the electron density on sp2 hybridized olefinic carbon and satisfy its electron withdrawing properties. Thus, the pi electron cloud remains intact between olefinic carbons and the alkyl substituted alkene, becomes more stable as compared to ethene. We must be very clear at this point, actual delocalization of electrons from alkyl groups to any of the carbons does not take place. It is simply the plus I or inductive effect in terms of or because of the S character of double bonded or sp2 hybridized carbon in alkene. So, more the number of alkyl groups on the olefinic carbon, more stable the alkene is. Here in this figure, we have tried to show the sp2 hybridized carbons, these two sp2 hybridized carbons, olefinic carbons of course, they attract the pi electron cloud towards itself. while alkyl group with plus I effect enhance the electron density on sp2 hybridized olefinic carbons. These R groups, they indicate the alkyl groups. The pi electron cloud remain intact between olefinic carbons and alkene becomes more stable. I repeat, as I have said already, the actual transfer of electrons from alkyl group to the carbon does not take place. These heats of hydrogenation on a reaction energy diagram are shown in the next figure. You can see that this butene 1 and butene 2, there is a difference of about 2.7 kilocalories per mole. The difference in the stabilities of butene 1 and butene 2, we have taken trans 2 butene, is the difference in their heats of hydrogenation, and we observe that trans 2 butene is more stable by an amount of about 2.7 kilocalories per mole. A 2.7 kilocalorie per mole stability difference is typical for a monosubstituted alkene, that is 1 butene, and when compared to trans disubstituted alkene, that is trans 2 butene. When we compare isomeric pentenes, we have taken a few examples of 3 methyl but 1 ene, 2 methyl butene 1 and 2 methyl butene 2. The structures are given here, though they are pentenes, but in IUPAC, because of the longest chain, their name goes as butene, and we are trying to compare in terms of or considering them as isomeric pentenes. So, in this case, right from this structure to from 3 methyl butene 1, the heat of hydrogenation is 30.3, and when we go to 2 methyl 2 butene, it comes out to be 26.9. To show the substitution effects, let us examine the following equations. We compare the monosubstituted double bond of 3 methyl butene 1 with the tri-substituted double bond of a 2 methyl 2 butene. This is 3 methyl butene 1 monosubstituted case. It is also giving on hydrogenation 2 methyl butane. Heat of hydrogenation comes out to be 30.3 kilocalories per mole. When we compare it with 2 methyl 2 butene, a tri-substituted alkene, and the heat of hydrogenation is 26.9, while in both the cases the product is 2 methyl butane. This explains that this monosubstituted is more stable in comparison to this tri-substituted. We observe that the tri-substituted alkene is more stable by an amount of 3.4 kilocalories per mole. To be completely correct, we should compare heats of hydrogenation only for compounds that give the same alkane as 3 methyl 1 butene and 2 methyl 2 butene do, as we have just seen. Yet, most alkenes with similar substitution patterns give similar heats of hydrogenation, as we show in the next slide. We have chosen examples of butene 1, 3 methyl butene 1, 3 dimethyl butene 1, and in each these case it is interesting that each one of them has the same heat of hydrogenation value, that is 30.3 kilocalories per mole, while the alkane or the hydrogenated product are different. So, heats of hydrogenation in kilocalories per mole of 3 different alkenes are the same, since though the alkanes formed have similar energies. In effect, the heat of hydrogenation is a measure of the energy content of the pi bond. In practice, we can use heats of hydrogenation to compare the stabilities of different alkenes, as long as they hydrogenate to give alkanes of similar energies. Most of the open chain alkanes and unstrained cycloalkanes have similar energies, and we can use this approximation to explain. The most stable double bonds are those with alkyl groups attached. For example, hydrogenation of ethylene, no alkyl group attached, evolves 32.8 kilocalories per mole, while propene and 1 pentene each one having one alkyl group, gives off 30.1 kilocalorie per mole. Double bonds with two alkyl groups hydrogenate to produce about 28 kilocalorie per mole. 3 or 4 alkyl substituents further stabilize the double bonds, as with 2-methyl-2-butene, a tri-substituted alkene with 26.9 kilocalories per mole as heat of hydrogenation, and 2,3-dimethyl-2-butene, a tetra-substituted having still a slightly lower amount of heat of hydrogenation, which is 26.6 kilocalories per mole. The structures of the two alkenes are shown here. In addition, bulky substituents like alkyl groups are best situated as far apart as possible. In an alkane, they are separated by the tetrahedral bond angle of 109 degree 28 minutes, while double bond increases this separation to about 120 degree. In general, alkyl groups are separated best by the most highly substituted double bond. Let us again have a look on molar heats of hydrogenation of some of the alkenes: ethylene, propene, 1-butene, cis-2-butene, trans-2-butene, 2-methyl-2-butene and 2,3-dimethyl-2-butene. The heats of hydrogenation show that trans isomers are generally more stable than the corresponding cis isomers. This trend seems reasonable because the alkyl substituents are separated farther in the trans isomers than they are in the cis isomers when we see in space their orientation around two carbon atoms, double bonded carbon atoms. The greater stability of trans isomer is evident in case of, say, for example, 2 pentenes, which show an about 1.0 kilocalorie per mole difference between cis and trans. It is cis 2 pentene, the two alkyl groups are on the same side of the double bond, and its heat of hydrogenation leading for the formation of N pentane comes out to be 28.6 kilocalorie per mole. While when we compare with trans 2 pentene, where the two alkyl groups are trans to the plane of the double bond, the heat of hydrogenation is about 27.6 kilocalories per mole, though in both the cases same N pentane is obtained. Most cycloalkenes react like acyclic or non-cyclic alkenes. The presence of a ring makes a major difference only if there is ring strain, either because of a small ring or because of a trans double bond. Rings that are 5-membered or larger can easily accommodate double bonds, and these cycloalkanes react much like straight chain alkenes. 3 and 4 membered rings show evidence of ring strain. Relative energies of some of the alkenes with respect to typical pi bonds are compared in this diagram. So, more stable alkenes, that is the tetra substituted alkenes, as we have said, more alkylated alkene are more stable, and as if we go from tetra substituted to tri substituted, and with also as we have seen in case of cis and trans cases up to a mono substituted alkene, we find that stability is decreasing. So, it clearly shows that more alkylated alkenes are more stable. When we say about physical properties, besides the stability of alkenes in terms of their heat of hydrogenation, boiling points and densities are also very important physical properties. Most physical properties of alkenes are similar, of course, to those of the corresponding alkanes. For example, the boiling points of 1-butene and cis-2-butene are minus 6.3 degree centigrade and 1.4 degree centigrade respectively, while for trans 2-butene and N-butane are very close to 0 degree. Also, the alkenes have densities around 0.6 or 0.7 gram per cc. The boiling points and densities of some representative alkenes are shown in a tabular form in the next few slides. Looking to simple alkenes from ethene, propene, 2-methylpropene, wherein number of carbons is also increasing from 2, 3, 4, we observe that boiling points are minus 104, minus 47 and minus 6, and as we reach to trans 2-butene, a more alkylated alkene, it is of the order of approximately 1 degree centigrade. Similarly, densities they increase because the alkyl groups have increased. So, densities are slightly increased with more alkylated alkenes. You can see and compare several such examples for other alkenes, cis 2-butene, 3-methyl-1-butene, 1-pentene, trans 2-pentene, and we observe the same trend increasing density in this way. While the number of carbons in this case from cis 2-butene to trans 2-pentene has increased from 4 to 5, and there are other examples of alkenes with 5 carbons in the chain. These are also the similar cases. Number of carbons has increased now to 6, and we are observing that boiling point has increased to 73 and density has also increased to 0.71. Considering a case of other alkenes with carbons 7, 8, 9 and 10, we observe a significant difference in increase in boiling point going up to 171 degree, and density is still of the order of 0.74 grams per cc. The data shown in these tables indicate that boiling points of alkenes increase smoothly with molecular weight, as is observed with alkanes also, because their increased branching leads to greater volatility and lower boiling points. For example, 2-methylpropene, that is isobutylene also known as, has a boiling point of minus 6 degree centigrade, which is lower than the boiling point of any of the unbranched butenes. Polarity is another very important physical property of alkenes. We know that alkenes are relatively non-polar. They are insoluble in water, but soluble in non-polar solvents such as hexane, gasoline, halogenated solvents and ethers. Alkenes tend to be slightly more polar than alkanes. It is a comparative account. Earlier we have said alkenes are relatively non-polar. So, when we say relatively, we are trying to compare their polarity with alkanes, because the more weakly held electrons in the pi bond are more polarizable and they contribute to a permanent dipole moment in the system, and the vinylic bonds tend to be slightly polar. Alkyl groups are slightly electron donating towards a double bond, helping to stabilize. We have already discussed about it. How do they do it? This donation slightly polarizes the vinylic bond with a small partial positive charge on the alkyl group and a small negative charge on the double bond carbon atoms. This is known as a dipole in the system. For example, propene has a small dipole moment of only 0.35 d. This you can see in this figure. Methyl group, since it is an electron donating group, so this in the language of chemistry we show the polarization or the electron donation towards the carbon. So, this arrow with this cut over here, it shows the direction of electron donating to this side. So, the dipole is between these two methyl carbon and the ethylenic carbon, which is of the order of 0.35 d. In a cis disubstituted alkene, the vector sum of the two dipole moments is directed perpendicular to the double bonds. This you can see. Two alkyl groups, both are electron donating groups. So, vector sum, which is indicated by mu for 0.33 d. So, cis to butene, it is visible in this case, or we have tried to show in this case. In a trans substituted alkene, the two dipole moments tend to cancel out. This is very interesting. In trans, the two alkyl groups, say methyl in this case, are trans to each other with respect to the double bond. So, they are trying to donate the electrons to these two carbons. So, therefore, the vector sum is 0. If an alkene is symmetrically trans disubstituted, the dipole moment is 0. For example, cis 2 butene has a non-zero dipole moment, while trans 2 butene has no measurable dipole moment. In this case, it is cis symmetrically substituted, and we see that both are trying to donate in the same direction. So, therefore, the vector sum is not 0 in this case, and net dipole moment comes out to be 0.33 d. While in the other case, as we have already shown, two methyl groups being trans to each other. So, vector sum in this case comes out to be 0. Compounds with permanent dipole moments engage in dipole-dipole interaction, while those without permanent dipole moments engage only in van der Waals types of interactions. Cis and trans 2 butenes have similar van der Waals interactions, but only the cis isomer has dipole-dipole attraction, as we have already seen in the figures previously. Because of its increased intermolecular attractions, cis 2 butene must be heated to a slightly higher temperature, say about 4 degree centigrade versus 1 degree, before it begins to boil. The effect of bond polarity is even more apparent in 1,2 dichloroethenes with their strongly polar carbon carbon chlorine bonds. As we know, chlorine is an electron withdrawing atom. The cis isomer has a large dipole moment of the order of 2.4 d, giving it a boiling point of about 12 degree centigrade, higher than the trans isomer, which is shown to have a 0 dipole moment. Let us look at the dipole moments represented in 1,2 dichloroethenes. For cis 1,2 dichloroethene, we find that the dipole moment comes out to be 2.4 d, while in case of trans 1,2 dichloroethene, the two chlorines are trying to pull in opposite directions. Therefore, vector sum comes out to be 0, and it gives it a lower boiling point as well. In summary, we can say we have discussed physical properties and relative stabilities of alkenes in terms of their heat of hydrogenation, heat of combustion, boiling points, melting points, densities and polarities caused by various substituents like alkyl groups or other electron withdrawing atoms like chlorine. In the next episode, we shall discuss certain chemical properties of alkenes.